To properly set up a Resolume composition, it's good to know the resolution of your secondary display. By clicking on the Output menu, I can see that the resolution of my full-screen secondary display, Display 2, is 1920 by 1080. Knowing this, we can now set up our Resolume composition to match our output resolution. In the Composition menu, click on Settings. Change the name to whatever you like. I'll name this composition 1080p Content. Now click on the arrow next to the current size and select 1920 by 1080. Notice our secondary display, Display 2, shows up next to the 1080p selection, indicating this is the optimal resolution for this display. Generally, you'll want to keep frame rate set to auto, unless you have specific hardware requirements. Auto will sync to your monitor's refresh rate. Click on the drop-down box to enter frame rate manually if needed, or click on the arrow to see several options. If you have a 60Hz monitor, you shouldn't increase the frame rate because a 60Hz monitor can't display more than 60 frames per second anyway. If you're experiencing some performance inconsistencies when pushing very high resolutions and effects, it may be effective to limit the frame rate to 30 frames per second. This would make output appear smoother, but in most cases, auto should be fine. Color depth allows you to switch between 8 bits per channel or 16 bits per channel rendering. This can increase the fidelity of color in your compositions, but it can also reduce overall performance and slow down your computer. 8 BPC is recommended for general use, and in most cases you won't notice a difference. Now that our composition is properly set up, we can click Apply and load 1080p footage to match our comp settings. This will ensure that our output displays the best quality possible for our setup.